Hi, everyone. It's Kate Byars, founder of Corporate Women Unleashed, and I'm super excited today because I am talking with Morgan. Morgan is a recent graduate of Corporate Women Unleashed, and she has had a phenomenal time in the program. She came to us actually with a great job. She's got a cool career that's really fascinating and she's really, really good at. But kind of what was going on for Morgan is that she wasn't having a lot of time to enjoy her life. Life was off balance. And I remember, Morgan, you said to me, you said, Kate, I'm doing so many things, but it doesn't feel like it's the quality things, the things that really matter. So why don't you just introduce yourself a little bit, maybe tell us what you do, and then tell us what brought you to Corporate Women Unleashed to begin with.
Okay, my name's Morgan King, and I am in an educational sales rep. So my territory, I have Southern Ohio. My husband is also in sales, and he has a much larger territory. And then we have two kids that are 5 and 3. So this is my daughter's first year of kindergarten.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. And so both you and your husband travel. Now you travel locally, but you're gone like during the day. You work out of your house, but you're gone during the day, kind of on the road a lot, right?
Correct.
And then your husband's, he's actually like away from home during the week?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So you guys were doing a lot of like what before you came in? Like a lot of calendar, like looking
at syncing Outlook calendars, scheduling meetings of who's gonna, logistics of who's taking the kids and who's picking them up, just to make sure we didn't forget about them or lose them along the way. So
right. Got it. Okay. So there was a lot of that coordination going on, and there wasn't a lot of just, living in the moment, I think, and just having some peaceful time. It sounds like, your work was always on. You were having to respond to emails at all hours of the night, on the weekends. So tell us a little bit, like, kind of what was life like before you came to us?
It was very chaotic and stressful. So, my husband and I were both pretty much on 24/7, emails, phone calls, everything's always ringing. I really was excited to find this group because I was kind of just like in a tailspin of burnout at work, burnout at home. Like I felt like I was, doing stuff all the time, but like doing nothing like worthwhile. I could say I'm busy every day, but I couldn't tell you what I was doing. So, so that's really like, I, found the ad for CWU, and it was just like a gift of finding it. And it was like you were speaking to me. So everything you said, I was feeling, but I was really just, my friends had noticed that I wasn't as happy. My mom had noticed I wasn't as happy. And that's where it started.
Yep. Got it. Yeah. No, and I think that's something that's so common that happens to all of us is we're sort of, as women who are professional women, we are moving through life, we get married, we have children, we start stacking more and more on top of ourselves. And before we know it, we are in that tailspin because it's like, wait, what am I doing here? Like, and how do I keep all this going and not drop any balls? But you're so stressed in the process that you're at the end of the line, right? There's no time for yourself. Mm-hmm. And then the time we're spending with the kids isn't really quality time. So we're just running around like crazy, just trying to shuffle them wherever they need to be.
Exactly.
So tell me about some specifics, because I know when you did first come in the program, like one of the things you were saying, like your husband was inviting you to go out and do, I don't know, was it like hockey games or something?
Yeah, hockey games. So, he's very spontaneous, living life to the fullest, where, we have season tickets to football, hockey, he'd be like, come with me. And I'd just say like, bring a friend or bring our kids. Like, the thought of like scheduling a babysitter, like it just felt like more work than, the outcome wasn't going to be as like great as, all the time I'd have to spend, doing more logistics, where I feel like, logistics for kids transport and taking care. Like, I feel like I spent so much time doing that I couldn't enjoy going to the hockey games. So what I've done is, throughout the program and building these foundations, I am, able to be more spontaneous in like, or one of my friends called and said, hey, do you want to go do something, before I would just stress out and say no right away. I've, started living my life more, and it's been, a lot easier and not as stressful.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so what are some of the tools that you feel like you're using or that you've gained in the program to help you go from, running around not knowing what to do to now feeling like, wait, I have a better control over my life and I can choose when I do want to just like go out with my girlfriends or go out with my husband, and that's no longer overwhelming you? Is there anything specific?
Oh, I mean, I really think everything through the program has helped in one way or another. And it's all like, nothing's like rocket science or stuff like you wouldn't have known, but really just the foundations of like knowing like my needs and how, you know, simple they are. And it makes so much sense that you need to meet all of your needs to feel balanced. So I was definitely not balanced when I started this program. I'm definitely not where I'm not perfect right now, but I have, you know, all the tools. I've made huge progress where, you know, my friends and my parents notice. They're like, oh, you're not, you know, crazy running around screaming. So, but yeah, really just noticing in myself and putting myself first. So putting myself first, you know, my job always got the best of me. And I feel like my friends and family got like the leftovers, like the bad parts. So kind of shifting that where it's like, my family and friends will be here and work can come, you know, last. Now it's all better. Like work's better, my family's better, my friends are better, everything's going. So.
Oh, I love it. And I love that you said that, because I think that's something that is part of the framework and the foundation of our program, right? Is understanding that we have these 7 needs, and that if we start giving them attention, what we're scared of is like, well, if I give myself leisure time, then I feel guilty, and then somehow I'm going to drop a ball over here. But instead, what happens is when we start creating more effort into all 7 of those needs, everything gets better. Work gets better, relationships gets better, we feel lighter. Because I know like you know, one of the things you really want to do is like be more committed to working out. Like you're really good at working out when there's a vacation day or a holiday, but now it's like, no, I've got to put effort into this. And when I do, I actually feel better, and everything just starts to feel that way.
Yeah, exactly. And even like the priceless module, like, you know, I don't feel like I do anything like different than other sales reps in my company, but like putting myself, like I'm priceless to myself. So like, that's kind of, you know, been like, I'm going to do this for myself. And I'm more confident in saying no when you know, before I was just doing busy, stupid work. And now it's like, no, I'm not doing it. Like that's wasting my time. So I'm going to put myself first, and whether it's working out or going, you know, hanging out with my kids, I don't feel as guilty anymore.
Yeah, no, I love that, because that is really important, is that you are priceless, and we live in a culture that says work, 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 work. And so we just start working instead of saying, wait, what's the intention behind this work that I'm doing? Right. And understanding what makes you priceless, and that your life, like you're saying, my life is priceless. I can't just continue to work ad nauseum without prioritizing myself. It gives you that confidence to say, like, I can put some boundaries in. My boss can wait for me to answer this email. Like, he really can wait till tomorrow. He'll be okay. And realizing that you do have power and control over that, so that now, you know, I guess that would be my question for you, is do you feel like you have greater control over your life, and that you now have that foundation to go craft the life that you want, how you want it to look?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and even like, you know, when I first started and you had to write down like the 3 words and post it all over, like it's definitely, mine was like calm and stress-free. Oh, I forget the 3rd one, but it's definitely like my heart. I don't feel like I'm having a heart attack all the time. I've really,
right.
So no, it's all like, it really is just balance. I mean, everyone keeps saying it, you know, work-life balance, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's really just, you know, making sure like when I have what I need, my family has what they need, and then work will get what they need.
I love it. Yep. Now, you just recently went out of town, and I thought this was kind of cool, because you knew when you went out of town for work that it was going to be different to balance your needs, right? Like you're away from your kids. It's not as you're living out of a hotel room. But I thought what was kind of cool is that you also recognize that you still could find ways to balance your needs, even though you're out of home, even though you were out of town. Like you may have to pick some different actions and some different behaviors, that you didn't necessarily need to just like put your needs aside for a week. It was like, no, I'm still going to get my needs met. Right.
Yeah. It was cool. Cause you know, I was hoping to schedule time. I was at my sales meeting for a week, schedule time with my family to FaceTime, and just, I was in a different time zone. Like it didn't work out, but it was fine. Like the kids were fine without me being home. So it's really just, you know, it was connecting with coworkers I never get to see. My husband's been at his sales meeting this week in California. So I think even with me, you know, realizing this balance, like I haven't told him to do anything or anything, but he's scheduling those calls like from him. Like I've heard more from him this week than typical. So I think, it's spreading through the family. So.
And it does. I love that. I love that. Usually the guys are kind of like, what are you doing? Because they see us getting lighter. They see us getting happier. They see us feeling more fulfilled. And they want that too, right? Like they're just as lost going like, how do we live this crazy thing called life to our fullest? That is awesome. Well, one of my favorite stories that you experienced during your journey with us was when I think Brett came home early one day from a sales, or like he got home early from a trip or something. Yeah. Normally you'd just been pounding away at your keyboard or doing whatever you did. And you went and like hung out with him and like laid down and took a nap. And you were like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's definitely like, making like time to do things that like I might not have thought were important, but are important to him. And, who doesn't like to take a nap? I mean, it's definitely better. So,
Exactly. But what a gift. I mean, I think there's so many women out there, who are going to watch this and be like, I would never do that. I would never choose to do that. And a lot of times we don't choose to do it because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. We feel guilty. Oh, let me just get one more email done and then I'll be there. And then before you know it, nap time's over. And, to now have that foundation and that knowledge and also know, what drives you to not want to do those things. You now understand that in your own behavior so that now you can adjust it and you can go start embracing those simple moments and nap with your husband, right? Like that is what life's about, or all those simple moments that add up together, or, playing out in the snow and sledding with your kids and some of the things that you're doing now. That's what's missing from our lives and that you've gained. So that's.
Well, yeah, even like before, like I'd be staring at my phone, like waiting for the next like work email to show up. And I was like, nothing I do needs done at like midnight. But even like I've been more conscious of putting my phone away like during dinner and stuff like that. And my son, who's 3, was like, where's your other phone? And I was like, what are you talking about? I only have one phone. He's like, well, your other phone that you're always on. And I was like, oh, like it's the same phone. It's just don't have it out as much. So, for a 3-year-old to notice.
That's so cute. That's like success right there. That's huge. Exactly. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Well, Morgan, anything that you would share with someone who, like you a couple months ago was feeling off balance, was feeling like they were in that tailspin, like anything you would share with them or any advice you would have, or, any takeaways that you'd like to say before we close this out?
No, I would just say, just do it. Like the tools you've provided, the, weekly calls, I've really looked forward to those and hearing, other women. I mean, we're all in the same boat. We just keep it secret and don't talk about it. So it's been really eye-opening. And, I think it's definitely made an impact. And, I can see the finish line and like what I need to do. So it's not, going to be an overnight fix, but it's definitely made a lot of progress. So I would just say, this is probably the best thing I've done for myself lately. I mean, I sell training to customers, so I'm in professional development. So, I mean, taking the time to do it for myself has been awesome.
That's awesome. That is. And it is. That's such a huge celebration. It is an investment in yourself, and that's what you've done. And you've done a tremendous job. Absolute joy to work with. Super excited. And now you'll be in our alumni group, so we'll still see you once a month, which will be great. And awesome. You'll continue your progress over there. So thank you. Great. Thanks for being here.
Great. Thank you so much. It's been fun.
Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it.
Thank you.